Hi everybody, this is Mr. Roche. I'm working with BouncyHouse, and what I want to try to do is we've been working with the Better Smarter Way book, and my thought is that we could use a break from that. And what I wanted to do was get our thing making dots. Okay, they're not going to move yet, but they make the dots, and this is looking pretty good. Okay, so what we need to do is do two things. Okay, we have something right now that tells us where we have a mouse click. Okay, and what we need to do is get this dot on a list. Okay, like where it is, what color it's going to be, how big it's going to be, stuff like that. And then what we need to do is redraw the screen every time you make a dot. So what's going on is that every time I'm dotting here, the dots they get redrawn. The entire screen gets cleared, and you redraw the screen. And what's cool about computers is that you can do this. Okay, so let's get to that and try to make all the dots tonight. Okay, so we'll see what we can do. Okay. So this is where we are. We have something where you click, it gives you coordinates, which is great. Okay. And what we want to do is we want to take that information and manufacture a dot with it. Okay. So, okay, what we have to help us is JavaScript. Okay. And what we have is we have a variable that we load about how many dots you would like. And actually, I have an idea for this because I don't like right now how it pops up. How it pops up before the screen gets set. I don't like that, and I want to change that, but I'll change that later. Okay. But what I do have is yeah. See, I want this to show up before the window, and I have a way to do that. But what we have right now is we have so what happens is you say how many dots and say I want like 100 dots, and then there's a difference between this variable, which will be 100, and this one will be 0, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to allow them to make dots up into a certain amount, okay? And then what we have to do is when we get the coordinates, we're going to have to store them here, okay? We have to give it a speed so that when they move around, they're going to move, okay? And that's the delta x and delta y. And then we have to give them a color, okay? And we could give them random sizes. If you wanted to do that, we could add that feature. But I kept the dot size at 15, or maybe 10, I think is what we originally did, but I've changed it to 15 because I like the bigger size dot. Okay, and then what's going to happen is the color is going to come from this list here. Okay, so we're working with arrays, okay? And we're going to have to do some stuff down here. Now what we've done is we've done a good job so far is that when you click, you say where you're going to click at, okay, which is great, okay? And what we do is we get the mouse position from this helper function. This is a helper function to get XY positions, okay? Okay, great. And we're going to need a little bit more help after this, okay? So here's how this is going to work, okay? We are going to, after this statement, we're going to find out if we can still make dots. So we're going to say if. And our variables are how many made is less than how many made is less than how many dots. Okay, then we're going to do stuff. Okay, there we go, and we'll allow this to happen. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to do two things. Okay, we're going to add like the click where you clicked at onto all these lists up here and create all the information we need for the dot, and then we're going to call like a repaint or redraw. Okay, so we need two functions set up for this. Okay, so what's going to happen is I'm going to make this up right now, and I'm going to make a function called add click. Okay, and I'm going to get ready for that, and I'm going to send it. We have information that we stored in X and a Y value that we stored in mouse position, and I'm going to send it mouse position dot X because we made it up here, okay? And I'm going to send it mouse position dot Y, okay? And that's going to get done, okay? Now to do that, okay, I'm going to need a function to add the click. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. I'm going to make one of these things up here. I'm going to say function, okay, add click. This is another helper function, okay? And in JavaScript, you just send it like coordinates or whatever, right? So we could call it like x and y. That's okay, all right? And what happens is these two values get sent up here as x, y, and that'll get done, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to add 1 to how many makes. We just made a click, right? So we'll say how many made plus plus. This is how you add 1 to things here. Okay, you can do this. This means add 1 to it. Okay, and we're going to do programming in here. Lots of programming, okay? Okay, like that. And then we're going to redraw the screen, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call up a method right here. It's going to do that for me. Okay, so I'm going to say redraw screen. Okay, spell it right. Okay, and I think you just tell it to redraw screen or redraw scene, say like something like that. Okay, so it's going to redraw the scene for us, and everything will be great. And then basically that's it. Okay, and that'll help us make dots. But we have to make another function up here now. Function called redraw scene. Okay. And if you want to check that that's going, you can just put an alert in here. Go hi. Okay, we can do that just to check. Okay, and we can go hi from redraw scene, and you'll see this is going to happen. Let's say hi from. Okay, something like that, right? And we'll do a save all, and we'll pull out the index here, and we'll open it up. And I'm going to say I would like 100 dots. Okay, and then I'm going to click. Okay, so it says a click there, goes hi from add click, and it goes hi from redrawn scene. Okay, so that's good. Okay. Okay, now another thing here is that we're kind of tired of looking at that, so we're going to stop looking at that. And then what I need to do is add the click information. Okay, I can turn this on too. Okay, so I'm going to add click information now. Okay, and we're sending it. Okay, we're sending it an xloc and a yloc. Okay. And we have variables over here like xloc and yloc. What I need to do is I need to push the x values on and the y values onto these arrays, okay? So I'm going to go like this and say xlocs. That's it, okay? And they have a function. These kind of arrays have a method that you can use, or a function that you use called push, okay? And it puts it on the back. And what we're going to do is, you know how our here, I'm going to open this up again. What I need to do is I need to clean up these numbers first, okay? Let me run this. Here. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. And, yeah. Say that. Okay. Great. And then when I click, see, like, what's going on up here is that these are really weird numbers. And they, like, what I want to do is I want to clean them up. So I'm going to use a function called floor, which will take the 136 part of it, and it'll get rid of that, okay? So yeah, there it goes. Okay, and then and I'm going to work with that. Okay, so back over in script. Okay, comment this out, and I'm going to go like this. I'm going to add my add click stuff, and I'm going to say xlocs. Okay, dot push math dot floor, like the floor of a building, right? And I'm going to send it like x basically. Okay, and what I'm going to do also is I'm going to actually do this. When I click, I want the dot to be centered around where I click. So I have a dot width size of 15, and I want the dot size to kind of be spaced around my click. So I'm going to say like this. I'm going to say dot size divided by 2. Okay, 2.0 actually, because I want it to do you know, messy math and stuff like that and get that to happen. Okay, so that's not bad, right? Okay, and then I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to do this for yloc. So now I've got the x and yloc's coordinates. Okay, and let's send it y. Okay, so now I got x and y. So make sure you do that. and we'll get to the rest of it. Okay. Okay, you can even turn off the video until you get this. Okay. Now, moving forward, I need to pick a color for it. Okay, so I'm going to go var. I have a color. I want to figure out where the dot color. I want to do that. I want to find the dot color for it. Okay, so I'm going to go like this, and this is how you make a random number here. Okay, say math floor. Okay, you maybe use math floor a lot here, and then we're going to take a random number, math dot random. This is like Python. Okay, and then we have this is going to find like the color number is what it's going to do. Okay, so what it's going to do is it's going to pick a random number of this, and I just need to know the length of this. And what's cool about this is that arrays come with a way to find lengths of themselves. So I'm going to say colors dot length. Okay, like that. Okay, and I think that's good. Okay, good. Okay, and then what I need to do is I need to push that color number on there. Okay, so I'm going to go, and we have a color list that we keep here, dot color. We need to keep like the number, the location of this number. Okay, so I go like this, and I'm going to say dot color dot push. Okay, equals dcolor. So it's going to push like the kind of the location of the color I want, the number of the color I want. This is like a number. Okay. And then what I got to do is I got to get some speeds for these things. Okay, so this gets color, and we're not using speeds yet, but let's do them. Okay, this is for color. Okay, and then this is for speed. Okay, and we need like an X and a Y for this. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to say var. I'm going to pick a random dx to a certain amount. Okay, and that's going to equal, again, math dot floor, and this cleans up my numbers. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, and I'm going to say math dot random, like this, times I don't know what. I'm going to pick a number like this is like 8 pixels per move. Okay, which is actually reasonably fast. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this and get the whole thing, and then I'm going to subtract half of it, so it could be negative or it could be positive. Okay, so this allows for it to be negative or positive. Okay, and I think that that's what I need. Okay, so that's good. And then they're going to pick one for the Y. Okay, it's the exact same thing. So they have each one of these. And then here's the question: can you figure out how to push it onto our arrays here for dx, speed, and dy? Okay, so what we want to do, and see if you can do it. Okay, I'm going to stop the video for a sec. Okay, did you get it? Okay, so all you do is you take this in the name of your array, and you just go like this. Dot push, okay, and we'll push random dx on there. Okay, and the same thing can happen with this. Okay, so we'll say dy speed push rand dy. Okay, and that's it. Okay, for that allows, that gets me all the information I need. And we just need to redraw the screen. So what we could do, I'm going to stop this video because I have to start again, but we'll do a save all here. Test it out, and if it works, it'll go back to the redraw screen. Okay, so you go like this. See, mine's working and don't give me errors, and it gets to this redraw screen. So that's good. Okay, so get that done, and then there'll be one more video to do the draw scene. Okay.